So over the past year, I've done quite a few different videos on the way that Rockstar might introduce an app for social media in GTA 6. And there's a lot to talk about how an app could be implemented, and we will get to that later in the video. But looking at recent Rockstar hiring history, it's very clear that Rockstar are definitely hiring people that design apps, build apps, work on UI, UX, and pretty much everything to do with app development. So what's happened and what does this all mean? But very quickly, if you do enjoy this video at any point throughout the video, please make sure to hit subscribe. Let's try and get to 100k by the end of the year. I don't know, it probably won't happen, but yeah, if you subscribe, it means a lot to me, so thank you. So Rockstar have been hiring people to work on app design and app development for them. Now, there is multiple different schools of thought to go down here. We do have apps for various Grand Theft Auto games, whether it's Chinatown Wars, whether it's San Andreas, whether it's Vice City, whether it's GTA 3. We have lots of different apps that are technically under the Rockstar umbrella. But what I found particularly quite interesting is that a lot of these apps aren't developed by the studios that are currently employing people to build apps for Rockstar. Now, there's currently a listing on the Rockstar website where they're looking for someone to develop and build them apps, and it's not just one person. Over the past year, if you followed any of my previous videos talking about a potential GTA 6 app, you'll see that Rockstar have been on a very intense hiring spree of people that have development history working with apps, but also they've hired people that previously used to work for social media platforms. Now, why is this important? Why is it relevant? And why should we care? Well, with Grand Theft Auto 5, we had the companion app. It was the app where you can basically choose your number plate, choose your wheels, feed chop, and you can do loads of different stuff in it. To be honest, it was a bit of a gimmick, didn't really serve any real purpose for us as players, but since then, phones and apps have come a really long way. Now, tomorrow I'm uploading a video with me and McTannon, a fellow YouTuber, talking a bit more about some of this stuff. It's quite a long video, but for now, I just want to give you a very brief outline of the kind of school of thought that we can expect from Rockstar in this instance. So of course, Rockstar is owned by Take-Two Interactive, and Take-Two Interactive, about 70%, maybe up to 80% of their revenue comes from the mobile games market, more particularly Zynga. Mobile games are such a massive revenue churner for Take-Two Interactive, and not just actually them, pretty much every single mobile games development studio or publisher. Now, the main reason for that absolutely extensive revenue is because they are literally in the pocket of millions, if not tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people. Now, hold that thought for a second. If we talk about microtransactions in gaming, what do you classify as a microtransaction? Because for me, shark cards aren't really a microtransaction in Grand Theft Auto Online. They're expensive. Like, this isn't, you know, $1 here or $1 there. These aren't microtransactions, these are just straight up transactions. Now, with mobile gaming, you have the opportunity to spend 99 cents, 50 cents, $1, $2. And this is why mobile gaming is such a profitable market. People will happily pay 99 cents to $1 at the time, and they'll probably do that 60 times before they actually realize that they've spent $60. Because with Apple Pay and many of the payment features, it's very easy to just buy something through an app. Now, with Grand Theft Auto 6, we know the map is going to be absolutely huge, and we're going to have retail stores, we're going to have things that we can do, clothing, accessories, all of that stuff. It's all stuff that's been speculated on, but obviously they're all things that we've seen in GT Online at the moment, and we know Rockstar realistically are going to expand upon that for Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, imagine if you can customize your character, buy clothing, buy vehicles, buy all of this stuff from your phone, your actual real life phone. This would be an absolutely insanely easy way for Rockstar to sell things, whether it's from our in-game money or for us to pay with like Apple Pay or Google Pay on our phones. And also, if implemented correctly, you know, if it's implemented in a way that kind of makes it cool, where we can use an app to share content, share ideas, and share information, it could actually be a really good way for us to engage with Grand Theft Auto 6 without actually being sat at our PlayStation, our computer, our Xbox, whatever it might be. Now, I want to expand on this just a little bit more, because this whole kind of descriptive element of what this app or what Rockstar could be working on, it's so vague, and it's really difficult to kind of pinpoint what direction they might take this in. In fact, there's millions of directions that they might take it in. And obviously in tomorrow's video, myself and McTannon will go much further into detail into our thoughts on it. But something that's really worth drawing attention to is Rockstar have been putting a lot of focus into community management over the past year. They've been employing people that have previously worked in roles managing influencers and sorting brand deals and all of this sort of stuff. They've also been working with community relations teams that have worked for other games developers when it comes to community outreach. They've been employing people in those same studios that have previously worked in social media development, and they've also been employing people that build apps. And we're not talking 1 or 2 people in each of these departments. They've been on absolutely monumental hiring sprees, and in total so far, of all the data scraping I've done from the past 1.5/2 years nearly, we're talking nearly 100 people across all those roles and departments. I think, and this is just my opinion, and I would honestly love to hear your thoughts about this below, I think Rockstar Games with an app are going to kind of have their own social media platform. I think that we'll be able to share content to do with the game, and I think we'll probably be able to buy stuff for our character or vehicles or do other things within that app that actually affect our game in real time. If you combine all of these roles together, there's not really anything else I can deduce from that information. When it comes to the apps and the ports for like the definitive editions, that's not something that Rockstar really have a hand in. There's probably 20-25 people directly at Rockstar that have any involvement to do with those apps. So these employment runs that we've seen from Rockstar, I find it very unlikely that there'll be anything to do with the current apps that exist on the App Store. And with Rockstar's emphasis, well, more recent emphasis to say the least, on community management and things like the Discord and working with communities, it is entirely likely that Rockstar will have an app for probably the sole reason of being notifications in people's pockets. For example, they have Instagram, they have Twitter, they have Facebook, they have WhatsApp, they have all of these different communication routes, but there's nothing better than a straight up notification from an app on your phone. Also, as a GTA creator, and me, McTannen, and a few other creators have actually spoken a bit about this, it would be nice to have a place outside of YouTube where we can all communicate as a GTA community, rather than just having like a Discord, which is the Rockstar Discord, or having our own Discords. It would be really cool if there was like creator pages within an app where you can check the latest Grand Theft Auto content, all in a kind of linear feed from the various Grand Theft Auto creators that you watch. I feel like with Rockstar, I think, well, we saw an app for GTA 5 and it was actually a really big success. Loads of people loved it at the time. It got a bit dated when they finally removed it, but it definitely looks like Rockstar are taking a keen and solid interest in being in the pockets of all of their players. Now, this does unfortunately open up the route to exploitation. We could end up having a scenario where everything's paywalled, everything's locked behind GTA Plus. I think the rule here, 9/10 of the law, is that it all comes down to implementation and what is offered. We really have absolutely zero idea what Rockstar are working on. We know they're working on an app, we know they're working on social media presence, and we know that they're definitely 100% working on building their relationship with their fans and the extended GTA community. What that looks like from a physical product or a product that we engage with as Grand Theft Auto fans is yet to be determined. But this is something that I've been kind of toiling with for the past year, and I've still not managed to put my finger on exactly what I think Rockstar is doing. For me, at the moment, you know, seeing all the trailers, screenshots, and all this information, this is the one thing that I am so divided on about how Rockstar would go about this and what that could look like. I am genuinely, and I know I say this in most videos, but I'm genuinely keen to hear what you think about it down below. So make sure you just drop a comment, and if the idea is really good and you really hit the nail on the head, it might become a full video dedicated to your idea. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. And I'll see you all in the next one.